Welcome back to Sunday Night in America. 1 year from today, America goes back to the polls. The whole House is on the ballot, which means the very narrow GOP majority could grow, it could shrink, or it could remain razor thin. One thing we do know is for at least the next year, the GOP controls the House, which means Chairman Jim Jordan controls the Judiciary Committee. And the gentleman from Ohio joins us now. Welcome to you, Mr. Chairman. One thing that will be before Congress are surveillance programs. I want you to take a listen to the FBI director, and then I will ask you a question on the other side.
We also cannot and do not discount the possibility that Hamas or another foreign terrorist organization may exploit the current conflict to conduct attacks here on our own soil.
You know, Chairman, I don't doubt that he's telling the truth, but I also know the FBI sometimes uses the terror threat as kind of a justification to get you to reauthorize surveillance programs.
Yeah. Well, I think more than exploiting the Hamas exploiting the terrorist threat that's going on in the Middle East, I mean, I think they're going to exploit our border. 150 known terrorists on the terrorist watch list have come into the country. There's a story of one who was wandering around for a couple weeks before they apprehended him. So I think the real concern is that you have a White House that projects weakness, you have a border that is open, and you have this evil terrorist organization, Hamas and others, that are, I think, potentially going to exploit all that to do harm not only to Israelis and Jewish people in the state of Israel and around the country, but Americans as well. So that's a big concern. And you're right, there's the implications as well for this FISA reauthorization that we're dealing with. We're going to focus on doing it in the right way and protecting Americans' First Amendment, Fourth Amendment, protecting our constitutional rights as we work on this over the next month and a half.
All right, Chairman, Mike Johnson served on your committee. He is known, or at least when I was there, known to be a very quiet, hardworking, humble member. I want you to listen to what Jen Psaki had to say, and then I'm going to ask you a question on the other side of that.
Sure.
The Bible doesn't just inform his worldview, it is his worldview. In fact, during his first speech in his new job, Johnson suggested that his election as Speaker was an act of God. Talk about a bit of a humble brag there. His views on policy are essentially what you'd expect from a religious fundamentalist. They're more divisive than they are divine.
You know, Chairman, when I heard that, I didn't necessarily just think about Mike Johnson. I thought about my wife and your wife, Polly. People who live their lives according to the Bible, and there she is belittling those people. So it's not just Mike Johnson, it's anyone who thinks the Bible is the roadmap for their life.
Yeah. Yeah, and Mike Johnson, as you know, Trey, is a good man. He is a solid man. He is a Christian man. He's a constitutional scholar. He's argued cases in front of the Supreme Court. Member of the Judiciary Committee, member of the Select Committee on the Weaponization of Government. Mike is a hardworking member of Congress, and I think he's off to a great start as Speaker of the House and going to do a great job, not just for the Republican conference, but more importantly, for the American people. And since when is it a problem to have Christian beliefs and believe in Judeo-Christian values? After all, the document that launched this experiment in liberty we call America, the Declaration of Independence, starts off talking about the Creator, for goodness sake. So I get a little ticked off when you hear people from the left criticize good people like your wife, like my wife, and like Speaker Johnson.
Yeah, and I tell you what else ticks me off, Mr. Chairman, is Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi, they consider to be devout. That's what Politico and the Washington Post and the New York Times, they always tell us they're devout. But Amy Coney Barrett and Mike Johnson, they're nut jobs. And I just, look, I get mad about it too. Not for me, but for Polly Jordan and Terry
Justice
Gowdy.
Alito, Justice Justice Alito, Justice Thomas, Justice Kavanaugh, people who are strong in their faith as well, for goodness sake. No, it's only if you're left wing that you're devout and in quote, doing things the right way. And by the way, Jen Psaki is also the same person when she was press secretary, stood in the White House press briefing room and said this sentence. She said, these two sentences, most Americans get their news from social media platforms. We are working with those platforms to limit what Americans can see. And I'm like, holy cow, the press person is talking about limiting the press, the free press, the First Amendment, right from the White House press room. That's Jen Psaki, so I don't put a whole lot of weight in what she has to say.
Chairman Jim Jordan, at least another year as the chairman of the Judiciary Committee. Thank you for joining us on a Sunday night. Look forward to watching you
Trey.
over the next year and having you back on. You take care.
Take care, brother.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.